Yo, what is up everybody? It's Johnny. I'm back with another video, and this time we're going international. We're diving deep into the heart of Russia. I've always been fascinated by Russia, its history, its culture, its vastness. It's a country full of contradictions, from stunning palaces to brutal winters, from vibrant cities to isolated villages. I've spent months researching, compiling, and editing this video. We're talking top 10 must-visit places. And yeah, also the places you might want to skip. We're talking St. Petersburg, Moscow, Lake Baikal, the whole shebang. This is your ultimate guide whether you're a seasoned traveler or just curious about the world. So buckle up, grab your Ushanka, and let's embark on this epic adventure together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let's do this. St. Petersburg, man, this city is like stepping into a time machine. Imagine palaces dripping in gold, canals reflecting the sky, and history lurking around every corner. You walk these streets, and you're walking in the footsteps of czars, revolutionaries, artists, and poets. This city has seen it all. First stop, the Hermitage Museum, one of the largest and oldest museums in the world. You can spend days in there and still not see everything. Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, they're all here. Then there's the Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood, with its onion domes and intricate mosaics. Seriously, it looks like something out of a fairy tale. And don't even get me started on the Peter and Paul Fortress, the birthplace of the city. You get a sense of the scale and ambition of Peter the Great. It's mind-blowing. St. Petersburg is a feast for the eyes, a crash course in history, and a must-visit for anyone exploring Russia. Alright, Moscow, the capital, the center of everything. It's a city that never sleeps, a blend of old and new, where ancient history collides with modern skyscrapers. You feel the energy the second you arrive. First things first, Red Square. It's iconic, it's vast, and it's home to some of Russia's most famous landmarks. You've got the Kremlin, the seat of power, St. Basil's Cathedral with its colorful domes, and Lenin's mausoleum, a glimpse into Russia's communist past. It's intense. But Moscow is more than just landmarks. It's about the vibe, the people, the culture. Explore the Arbat, a pedestrian street full of artists, musicians, and street performers. Dive into the Moscow Metro, a work of art in itself with its ornate stations and chandeliers. And experience the Bolshoi Theater, home to world-class ballet and opera. Trust me, Moscow will leave its mark on you. Kazan, guys, this is where East meets West, where Tatar culture thrives, and where your taste buds are in for a treat. This city is a melting pot of flavors and traditions, and I'm all for it. Food is a huge part of Tatar culture, and Kazan is a culinary paradise. You have to try ekpokmak, these savory pastries filled with meat and potatoes, and then there's the chak-chak, a honey-drenched dessert that's both crunchy and sweet. Seriously, your mouth will thank you. But beyond the food, Kazan is a city with a rich history. Check out the Kul Sharif Mosque, a stunning example of Islamic architecture, and the Kazan Kremlin, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that blends Tatar and Russian influences. It's a place where you can feel the layers of history, where cultures have intertwined for centuries. Lake Baikal, people. This is nature on a whole other level. We're talking the deepest lake in the world, holding 20% of the planet's unfrozen freshwater. It's so vast it feels like an ocean, and it's surrounded by mountains and forests. The water is crystal clear, and you can see straight down for over 130 feet. You can swim, kayak, go ice fishing in the winter. The possibilities are endless, and the wildlife is incredible. You've got the Baikal seal, the only freshwater seal in the world, and the omul, a delicious fish unique to this lake. But it's more than just the lake itself. It's the whole atmosphere, the sense of peace and isolation. You can hike through the taiga, camp under the stars, and breathe in the fresh Siberian air. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you leave. Sochi, baby. Think palm trees, Black Sea beaches, and mountain resorts. This is Russia's answer to the French Riviera, a place to relax, soak up the sun, and enjoy the good life. It's a side of Russia that most people don't expect. Sochi has something for everyone. You want beaches? They've got miles of them. You want skiing? Head to the Caucasus Mountains where you can hit the slopes in winter. You want history? Check out the Stalin Dacha, a summer home of the former Soviet leader. And the city itself is a mix of modern architecture and old-world charm. You can stroll along the promenade, dine at trendy restaurants, or explore the local markets. Sochi is a place to indulge, to unwind, and to experience a different side of Russia. Alright guys, time for a reality check. Norilsk is not your typical tourist destination. In fact, it's one of the most polluted cities in the world. We're talking heavy metal pollution, acid rain, and a landscape scarred by mining. Norilsk is a company town, built around a massive nickel mining complex. The air quality is terrible, the winters are brutal, and the environment is heavily damaged. It's a place that highlights the dark side of industrialization, a stark reminder of the impact we have on the planet. Honestly, unless you're doing a documentary on environmental issues, I'd skip Norilsk. It's not a place for sightseeing or relaxation. It's a place that will leave you feeling uneasy and disturbed. Kamchatka. Now this place is stunning, I won't lie. We're talking volcanoes, geysers, hot springs, and a rugged coastline that will blow your mind. It's like stepping into a National Geographic documentary. But here's the catch. Kamchatka has become incredibly popular in recent years. The infrastructure hasn't kept up with the influx of tourists, and it can feel overrun and crowded. Prices have skyrocketed, and the pristine nature is starting to feel the strain. It's a shame because Kamchatka is truly a special place. But right now it's just not worth the hassle and the expense. Hopefully things will change in the future, but for now, I'd recommend exploring other parts of Russia. Baikonur, the world's first and largest spaceport. This is where Yuri Gagarin launched into space, where rockets roar into the sky and where history is made. It's a place that ignites the imagination and inspires dreams of space exploration. But Baikonur also has a dark side. The space program has taken its toll on the environment. We're talking rocket fuel contamination, debris scattered across the landscape, and long-term environmental damage. It's a reminder that even our greatest achievements can have unintended consequences. Baikonur is a fascinating place, but it's also a place that raises serious questions about our relationship with the planet. Volgograd, formerly known as Stalingrad, a city forever marked by the horrors of World War II. The Battle of Stalingrad was one of the bloodiest battles in history, and the city still bears the scars of that conflict. Volgograd is a place of remembrance, a place to reflect on the human cost of war. But it's also a city grappling with its past, with the legacy of Stalin and the complexities of Russian history. Political tensions can run high, and the city can feel heavy with the weight of its past. It's a place that will challenge your perceptions, that will force you to confront difficult questions about history, ideology, and the human condition. Magadan, a remote city on the shores of the Sea of Okhotsk. It's a place of stark beauty, with rugged mountains, vast forests, and a coastline battered by the elements. But Magadan is also a city with a dark past. It was a major hub of the Gulag system, a network of Soviet labor camps where prisoners were sent to work and die. The legacy of that past still lingers, and the city can feel haunted by its history. Magadan is not a place for the casual tourist. There's limited infrastructure, few amenities, and little support for travelers. It's a place for the adventurous, for those seeking a raw and unfiltered experience. So there you have it, guys. My take on the top 10 must-visit and must-avoid places in Russia. It's a country of extremes, of beauty and brutality, of history and progress. I've tried to be real with you, to show you the good and the bad, the inspiring and the disturbing. Russia is a country that will challenge your assumptions, that will make you think, that will stay with you long after you leave. It's not always easy, it's not always pretty, but it's always real. So, what do you think? Are you ready to explore Russia for yourself? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.